Welcome back to Footnotes Folly and to Coriolanus. I am Pemberton. This is part 3, and the hero's fall comes swift and total. His formidable mother, Volumnia, the woman who raised him to be a weapon, now begs him to swallow his pride for once and answer the people gently. He tries, and fails. Summoned to the forum, taunted by the tribunes to his face, his fury bursts out one final time, and the people pronounce the dreadful sentence: banishment. Coriolanus takes his leave of his weeping wife and mother at the city gate with a cold and bitter calm, and walks out of Rome alone. And then he does the unthinkable. In mean disguise he travels to Antium, to the very house of his deadliest enemy, Tullus Aufidius, and offers his throat or his sword to turn them both against the city that cast him out. Let us go on.
Coriolanus enters with nobles, in a room in Coriolanus's house. Let them tear everything down around my ears. Let them show me death on the wheel, or drag me at the heels of wild horses. Let them heap 10 hills on the Tarpeian rock, so the fall from it would drop below the reach of sight. Even then, I will still be the same toward them. That is the nobler way. I wonder that my mother does not approve me more. She used to call them woolen slaves, creatures made to buy and sell for pennies, to bare their heads in crowds, to gape, keep silent, and stare in awe whenever a man of my rank stood up to speak of peace or war. Volumnia enters. I was speaking of you. Why did you want me to be gentler? Would you have me be false to my own nature? Rather say that I am acting the man I truly am. Oh, sir, I wanted you to use your power wisely before you wore it out. Let it go. You could have been enough of the man you are without trying so hard to prove it. Your temper would have been crossed far less if you had not shown them exactly what it was before they had lost the power to oppose you. Let them hang. Yes, and burn too. Menenius enters with the senators. Come, you have been too harsh, somewhat too harsh. You must go back and repair it. There is no other remedy, unless, by refusing, we let our good city split in two and perish. Please take advice. I have a heart as little suited to yielding as yours, but I also have a mind that guides my anger to better advantage. Well said, noble woman. Before he should stoop like this to the common herd, if the violent sickness of the time did not demand it as medicine for the whole state, I would put on my armor, though I can hardly bear its weight. What must I do? Return to the tribunes. Well, and then? What then? Take back what you have said. For them? I could not do it for the gods. Must I do it for them? You are too unbending, though in that you can never be too noble except when extremity speaks. I have heard you say that honor and policy, like inseparable friends, grow together in war. Grant that, and tell me what either loses in peace by joining with the other there as well. Nonsense. That is a good question. If in your wars it is honorable to seem other than you are when policy adopts that disguise for your best ends, how is it less honorable, or worse, for policy to keep company with honor in peace as it does in war, since both times it is equally needed? Why do you press this on me? Because now you must speak to the people, not according to your own teaching, nor according to what your heart urges, but with words rooted only in your tongue, though they are illegitimate syllables, and have no approval from the truth in your breast. This dishonors you no more than taking a town with gentle words would dishonor you, when otherwise you would have to trust to fortune and risk much blood. I would disguise my nature where my fortune and my friends were at stake, and honor required me to do it. In this matter I am your wife, your son, these senators, the nobles. And you would rather show our common fools how well you can frown, than spend one flattering smile on them to win their affection and protect what their lack of love might ruin. Noble lady, go with us. Speak fairly. By doing so you may heal, not only the danger now present, but also the damage of what has passed. Please now, my son, go to them with this cap in your hand, and after you have stretched it out this far, stay with them there. Let your knee kiss the stones, for in such business action is eloquence, and the eyes of the ignorant are more learned than their ears. Bow your head, often correcting your proud heart like this, now humble as the ripest mulberry that cannot bear handling. Or tell them that you are their soldier, and being bred in battles, you do not have the soft manner that, you confess, would be fitting for you to use and for them to expect when asking for their good favor. Say that from now on you will shape yourself to be theirs, as far as your power and your person allow. If this much is done just as she says it, their hearts will be yours. They grant pardons when asked as freely as men speak empty words. Please now go and be guided, though I know you would rather follow your enemy into a fiery gulf than flatter him in a pleasant room. Comenius enters. Here is Comenius. I have been in the marketplace. Sir, it is necessary that you either gather a strong party, or defend yourself by calmness, or stay away. Everyone is angry. Only fair speech is needed. I think that will serve if he can bring his spirit to it. He must, and he will. Please now say you will and set about it. Must I go show them my bare, undefended head? Must my base tongue give my noble heart a lie that it must carry? Well, I will do it. Yet if only this single body were at stake, this shape of Martius, they could grind it to dust and throw it against the wind. To the marketplace! You have now forced me into a part I will never perform naturally. Come, come, we will prompt you. Please now, sweet son, as you have said that my praise first made you a soldier, perform a part you have never played before, so that I may praise you for this too. Well, I must do it. Away my nature, and let some harlot's spirit possess me. Let my warlike throat, which once sang with my drum, be turned into a pipe as thin as a eunuch's voice or a virgin's voice that lulls babies to sleep. Let the smiles of scoundrels camp in my cheeks, and schoolboys' tears fill the windows of my eyes. Let a beggar's tongue move through my lips, and let my armored knees, which have bent only in the stirrup, bend like the knees of a man receiving alms. I will not do it, lest I give up honoring my own truth, and by the actions of my body teach my mind a baseness that would become part of it. Then choose as you please. For me to beg from you is a greater dishonor to me than for you to beg from them. Let everything fall to ruin. Let your mother feel your pride rather than fear your dangerous stubbornness, for I mock at death with as great a heart as you do. Do as you like. Your courage was mine, you sucked it from me, but your pride belongs to yourself. Please be content. Mother, I am going to the marketplace. Scold me no more. I will play the showman for their love, trick their hearts out of them, and come home beloved by all the trades in Rome. Look, I am going. Give my regards to my wife. I will return as consul, or never again trust what my tongue can do in the way of flattery. Do as you will. Volumnia exits. Away. The tribunes are waiting for you. Arm yourself to answer mildly, for as I hear, they are prepared with accusations stronger than any yet brought against you. The word is mildly. Please let us go. Let them accuse me with inventions. I will answer in my honor. Yes, but mildly. Well, mildly it shall be then. Mildly. They all exit. Sicinius and Brutus enter. Press this charge hot against him, that he aims at tyrannical power. If he slips away from us there, pin him down with his hatred of the people, and with the fact that the spoils taken from the Antiotes were never distributed. And Edile enters. Well, will he come? He is coming. With what company? With old Menenius, and those senators who have always favored him. Do you have the list of all the votes we have gathered, set down by count? I do. It is ready. Have you collected them by tribes? I have. Bring the people here at once. When they hear me say, it shall be so by the right and strength of the commons, whether the sentence is death, a fine, or banishment, then let them answer accordingly. If I say fine, let them cry fine. If I say death, let them cry death, insisting on their ancient right and on the justice of the cause. I will instruct them. And once they have begun to cry out, do not let them stop. With a confused roar, make them force the immediate carrying out of whatever sentence we happen to give. Very well. Make them strong and ready for the signal when we happen to give it. Go see to it. The Edile exits. Drive him straight into anger. He has always been used to conquering and getting the better of any opposition. Once he is provoked, he cannot be reined back into moderation. Then he speaks what is in his heart, and what is there will help us break his neck. Coriolanus, Menenius, and Cominius enter with other senators. Well, here he comes. Calmly, I beg you. Yes, calmly, like a stableman who, for the smallest coin, will put up with a knave's abuse by the book. May the honored gods keep Rome safe, and may the seats of justice be filled with worthy men. Plant love among us. Crowd our great temples with the ceremonies of peace, and not our streets with war. Amen, amen. A noble wish. The Edile enters with the plebeians. Come closer, people. Listen to your tribunes. Give audience. Silence, I say. First hear me speak. Well, speak. Silence there. Will I be charged with nothing beyond what is brought up now? Must everything be decided here? I ask whether you submit yourself to the people's voices, acknowledge their officers, and are content to undergo lawful judgment for any faults that are proved against you. I am content. Look, citizens, he says he is content. Consider the warlike service he has done. Think about the wounds his body bears, which look like graves in a holy churchyard. Scratches from thorns, scars fit only to make people laugh. Consider further that when he does not speak like a citizen, you find him speaking like a soldier. Do not take his rougher words as malicious sounds, but as I say, as words that suit a soldier rather than words meant to spite you. Well, no more. What is the matter, that after I was approved as consul by the full voice of the people, I am so dishonored, that in the very same hour you take it back again? Answer us. Then speak. It is true, I ought to answer. We charge you with plotting to strip Rome of all established offices and twist yourself into tyrannical power. For this you are a traitor to the people. What? Traitor? No, keep your temper. Remember your promise. May the fires in the lowest hell wrap around the people. Call me their traitor? You insulting tribune. If 20,000 deaths sat in your eyes, and as many millions were clutched in your hands, and both those numbers were in your lying tongue, I would tell you, you lie with as free a voice as I use when I pray to the gods. Do you mark this people? To the rock. To the rock with him. Peace. We do not need to add any new charge against him. What you have seen him do and heard him say, beating your officers, cursing you yourselves, opposing the laws with blows, and here defying those whose great power must judge him. All this is so criminal, and of so deadly a kind, that it deserves the most extreme death. But since he has served Rome well, what are you prattling about service for? I speak of what I know. You? Is this the promise you made your mother? Please understand. I will understand no further. Let them pronounce the steep Tarpeian death, wandering exile, flaying, or confinement where I must linger on a single grain a day. I would not buy their mercy at the price of one fair word, nor curb my courage for anything they can give me, if I had to get it by saying good morning. Because he has, as far as he could, time and again shown hatred toward the people, seeking ways to tear away their power, and because now at last he has struck hostile blows, not in the presence of dreaded justice itself, but against the ministers who distribute it, in the name of the people and by the power of us, the tribunes, we from this very instant banish him from our city. If he ever again enters the gates of Rome, he will be in danger of being thrown from the Tarpeian rock. In the people's name, I say it shall be so. It shall be so. It shall be so. Take him away. He is banished, and it shall be so. Hear me, my masters and my common friends. He is sentenced. No more hearing. Let me speak. I have been consul, and I can show Rome the marks her enemies have left on me. I love my country's good with a care more tender, more holy, and more profound than my own life, than the value of my dear wife, than the child in her womb, and than the treasure of my own body. Then if I would speak that. We know where you are going. Speak what? There is no more to be said except that he is banished as an enemy to the people and to his country. It shall be so. It shall be so. It shall be so. You common pack of curs, whose breath I hate like the stink of rotten marshes, whose love I value like the dead bodies of unburied men corrupting my air, I banish you. Stay here with your uncertainty. Let every feeble rumor shake your hearts. Let your enemies with a nod of their plumes fan you into despair. Keep the power to banish your defenders, until at last your ignorance, which understands nothing until it feels the blow, and which spares only yourselves while still making yourselves your own enemies, hands you over as the most degraded captives to some nation that conquers you without striking a blow. Despising the city because of you, I turn my back like this. There is a world elsewhere. Coriolanus, Cominius, and the other senators exit. The people's enemy is gone, is gone. Our enemy is banished, he is gone. Hoo! They all shout and throw up their caps. Go see him out at the gates, and follow him with all the spite with which he has followed you. Give him the trouble he deserves. Let a guard attend us through the city. Come, let us see him out at the gates. Come. May the gods preserve our noble tribunes. Come. They all exit. Coriolanus enters before a city gate with Volumnia, Virgilia, Menenius, Cominius, and the young nobles of Rome. Come, stop crying. Let this be a short farewell. The many-headed beast has shoved me out. No, mother, where is your old courage? You used to say that hardship tests the spirit, that ordinary troubles can be borne by ordinary men, that when the sea is calm, every boat seems well handled, but when fortune's blows strike hardest, a noble skill is needed to deal gently with deep wounds. You used to fill me with lessons that would make any heart invincible if it learned them. Oh heavens! Oh heavens! No, please, wife. May the red plague strike every trade in Rome, and may all occupations perish. What? I will be loved when I am missed. No, mother, take back the spirit you had when you used to say that if you had been the wife of Hercules, you would have done 6 of his labors yourself and saved your husband that much sweat. Cominius, do not hang your head. Farewell. Farewell, my wife, my mother. I will still do well. You old and faithful Menenius, your tears are saltier than a younger man's and poisonous to your eyes. My former general, I have seen you stern, and you have often looked on sights that harden the heart. Tell these grieving women that it is as foolish to cry over unavoidable blows as it would be to laugh at them. Mother, you know well that my dangers have always been your comfort, and believe this seriously. Though I go alone, like a solitary dragon whose marsh makes him feared and talked about more than seen, your son will either rise above the common level or be caught by cunning traps and schemes. My first son, where will you go? Take good Cominius with you for a while. Decide on some plan better than exposing yourself wildly to every chance that starts up in your path. Oh, the gods! I will follow you for a month and plan with you where you should stay, so that you may hear news of us, and we of you. Then, if the time produces a reason to recall you, we will not have to send across the whole wide world to find one man and lose our advantage, which always cools when the man who needs it is absent. Farewell. You are aged, and you are too full of the excesses of war to wander with someone who is still unbruised. Only bring me out through the gate. Come, my sweet wife, my dearest mother, and my noble, hearted friends. Once I am outside, say farewell to me and smile. Please come. As long as I remain above ground, you will still hear from me, and never anything about me except what matches the man I have been before. That is as worthy a thing as any ear can hear. Come, let us not weep. If I could shake just 7 years off these old arms and legs, by the good gods, I would go with you every step. Give me your hand. Come. They all leave. Elsewhere in Rome, in a street near the gate, the 2 tribunes, Sicinius and Brutus, enter with the aedile. Tell them all to go home. He is gone, and we will go no further. The nobility are angered, and we see they have taken his side. Now that we have shown our power, let us seem humbler after the deed is done than we seemed while we were doing it. Tell them to go home. Say their great enemy is gone, and they stand in their old strength. Dismiss them home. The aedile exits. Here comes his mother. Volumnia, Virgilia, and Menenius enter. Let us not meet her. Why? They say she is mad. They have noticed us. Keep walking your way. Oh, I am glad to meet you. May the stored-up plague of the gods repay your love. Peace, peace. Do not be so loud. If I could speak through my weeping, you would hear me. No, and you shall hear something. Will you go away? You shall stay too. I wish I had the power to say that to my husband. Are you a man? Yes, fool. Is that a disgrace? Consider this, fool. Was my father not a man? Did you have enough foxcraft to banish the man who struck more blows for Rome than you have spoken words? Oh, blessed heavens! More noble blows than you ever spoke wise words, and all for Rome's good. I will tell you what yet go. No, you shall stay too. I wish my son were in Arabia, and your whole tribe stood before him with his good sword in his hand. What then? What then? He would put an end to all your descendants. Bastards and all. Good man, the wounds he carries for Rome. Come, come, peace. I wish he had remained loyal to his country as he began, and had not untied the noble knot he made. I wish he had. I wish he had. It was you who stirred up the rabble. Cats could judge his worth as properly as I could judge the mysteries that heaven will not allow earth to know. Please let us go. Now please, sir, get away. You have done a brave deed. Before you go, hear this. As far as the Capitol stands above the poorest house in Rome, so far my son, this lady's husband here, this man, do you see, whom you have banished, stands above all of you. Well, well, we will leave you. Why do we stay to be baited by a woman who has lost her wits? The tribunes leave. Take my prayers with you. I wish the gods had nothing else to do except confirm my curses. If I could meet them just once a day, it would unload my heart of what lies so heavily on it. You have told them the truth to their faces, and by my faith you had cause. Will you have supper with me? Anger is my food. I feed on myself, and so I will starve by feeding. Come, let us go. Stop this weak whimpering, and mourn as I do with anger, like Juno. Come, come, come. Volumnia and Virgilia leave. Fie, fie, fie. Menenius exits. On a highway between Rome and Antium, a Roman and a Vol center. I know you well, sir, and you know me. I think your name is Adrian. It is, sir. Truly, I have forgotten you. I am a Roman, and my service, like yours, is against them. Do you know me yet? Nicanor, is it not? The same, sir. You had more beard when I last saw you, but your face is well confirmed by your voice. What is the news in Rome? I had instructions from the Volscian state to find you there. You have saved me a day's journey. There have been strange uprisings in Rome. The people against the senators, patricians, and nobles. Have been? Is it over then? Our state does not think so. They are making very warlike preparations and hope to attack them while their division is still hot. The main blaze of it is past, but a small thing would make it flame up again. The nobles take the banishment of that worthy Coriolanus so deeply to heart that they are fully ready to take all power away from the people and strip them of their tribunes forever. This is still glowing, I can tell you, and is almost ripe for a violent outbreak. Coriolanus banished? Banished, sir. You will be welcome with this intelligence, Nicanor. The day serves them well now. I have heard it said that the best time to corrupt a man's wife is when she has fallen out with her husband. Your noble Tullus Aufidius will shine in these wars, now that his great opponent Coriolanus is no longer valued by his country. He cannot help but do so. I am very fortunate to have met you by chance like this. You have completed my business, and I will gladly accompany you home. Between now and supper I will tell you very strange things from Rome, all tending to the good of Rome's enemies. You say you have an army ready? A most excellent one. The centurions and their companies are separately quartered, already enlisted and maintained, and ready to march at an hour's warning. I am glad to hear they are ready, and I think I am the man who will set them into action at once. So, sir, it is a hearty pleasure to meet you, and I am very glad of your company. You take my part for me, sir. I have the greater reason to be glad of yours. Well, let us go together. They leave. Coriolanus enters, poorly dressed, disguised, and with his face covered. This Antium is a fine city. City, I am the man who made your women widows. Before my wars, I have heard many heirs of these beautiful buildings groan and fall. So do not recognize me, or your wives with roasting spits and your boys with stones may kill me in a petty battle. A citizen enters. Good day to you, sir. And to you. Please direct me, if you will, to where great Aufidius is staying. Is he in Antium? He is, and tonight he is feasting the nobles of the state at his house. Which is his house, please? This one here before you. Thank you, sir. Farewell. The citizen exits. O world, how slippery your turns are. Friends who are now firmly sworn together, whose two bodies seem to carry one heart, whose hours, bed, meals, and exercise are always shared, who are, as it were, inseparable twins in love, may within this hour, over a disagreement worth a coin, break out into the bitterest hatred. So the fiercest enemies, whose rage and plots have kept them awake trying to destroy each other, may by some chance, some trick not worth an egg, become dear friends and join their fortunes together. So it is with me. I hate my birthplace, and my love is set on this enemy town. I will go in. If he kills me, he does fair justice. If he lets me pass, I will serve his country. Music plays. A servingman enters. Wine, wine, wine. What kind of service is this? I think our fellows are asleep. He exits. Another servingman enters. Where is Cotus? My master is calling for him. Cotus. He exits. Coriolanus enters. A fine house. The feast smells good, but I do not look like a guest. The first servingman enters. What do you want, friend? Where are you from? This is no place for you. Please go to the door. He exits. I have earned no better welcome by being Coriolanus. The second servingman enters. Where are you from, sir? Has the porter got eyes in his head letting such people in? Please get out. Away. Away. You get away. Now you are becoming troublesome. Are you so bold? I will have someone speak with you soon. A third servingman enters. The first enters and meets him. Who is this fellow? The strangest one I ever looked at. I cannot get him out of the house. Please call my master to him. What are you doing here, fellow? Please leave the house. Let me only stand here. I will not harm your hearth. What are you? A gentleman. An amazingly poor one. True I am. Please, poor gentleman, take up some other place. There is no room for you here. Please go. Come. Do your job. Go and fatten yourself on cold scraps. He pushes him away. What, you will not go? Please tell my master what a strange guest he is here. I will. The second servingman exits. Where do you live? Under the sky. Under the sky? Yes. Where is that? In the city of kites and crows. In the city of kites and crows? What an ass he is. Then you live with jackdaws too? No. I do not serve your master. How, sir? Are you interfering with my master? Yes. It is more honest service than interfering with your mistress. You chatter and chatter. Serve with your platter. Get out. He beats him away. The third servingman exits. Aufidius enters with the second servingman. Where is this fellow? Here, sir. I would have beaten him like a dog, except I did not want to disturb the lords inside. Where do you come from? What do you want? Your name? Why do you not speak? Speak, man. What is your name? If Tullus, you do not know me yet, and seeing me, do not recognize me for the man I am, necessity commands me to name myself. He removes his muffler. What is your name? A name unpleasant to Volscian ears and harsh in sound to yours. Say it. What is your name? You have a grim appearance, and there is authority in your face. Though your rigging is torn, you look like a noble ship. What is your name? Prepare your brow to frown. Do you know me yet? I do not know you. Your name? My name is Caius Martius. I have done great harm and injury to you personally and to all the Volses. My surname, Coriolanus, can bear witness to it. The painful service, the extreme dangers, and the drops of blood I shed for my thankless country have been repaid only with that surname, a good reminder and proof of the hatred and resentment you should feel toward me. Only that name remains. The cruelty and envy of the people, allowed by our cowardly nobles, who have all abandoned me, has swallowed up the rest, and by the voices of slaves allowed me to be shouted out of Rome. Now this extreme condition has brought me to your hearth, not because I hope, do not misunderstand me, to save my life. If I had feared death, of all the men in the world, I would have avoided you. I stand before you here from pure spite, to be fully even with those who banished me. So if you have a heart for revenge, one that wants to avenge your own personal injuries and heal the visible wounds of shame suffered by your country, act quickly, and make my misery serve your purpose. Use it so that my revengeful service may become a benefit to you, for I will fight against my diseased country with the fury of all the devils below. But if you do not dare do this, and if you are tired of trying your fortunes any further, then, in a word, I too am very weary of living any longer, and I offer my throat to you and to your old hatred. If you do not cut it, you would show yourself a fool, since I have always pursued you with hate, drawn gallons of blood from your country's breast, and cannot live except to your shame, unless I live to serve you. O Martius, Martius, every word you have spoken has pulled from my heart a root of old envy. If Jupiter spoke divine truth from that cloud and said this was so, I would not believe him more than I believe you, all noble Martius. Let me wrap my arms around that body, against which my tough ash spear has broken 100 times and scarred the moon with splinters. Here I embrace the anvil of my sword, and I compete in loving you as warmly and as nobly as I ever competed against your courage and ambitious strength. Know this first, I love the woman I married. No man ever sighed with truer breath. But seeing you here, noble creature, makes my amazed heart dance more than when I first saw my bride cross my threshold. Why, you Mars, I tell you we have an army on foot, and I had intended once more either to chop your shield from your arm or lose my own arm for it. You have beaten me 12 separate times, and every night since I have dreamed of encounters between you and me. In my sleep we have fallen together, unbuckling helmets, gripping each other by the throat, and I have woken half dead from nothing. Worthy Martius, if we had no other quarrel with Rome, except that you are banished from there, we would gather everyone from 12 years old to 70, pour war into ungrateful Rome's guts, and like a bold flood overwhelm it. Oh, come, go in and take our friendly senators by the hands. They are here now, taking their leave of me, since I am prepared to move against your territories, though not against Rome itself. You bless me, gods. Therefore, most complete sir, if you want to command your own revenge, take 1/2 of my commission and set down, as your experience best teaches you, since you know your country's strengths and weaknesses, your own methods, whether to strike against the gates of Rome, or roughly visit them in remote places, to frighten them before destroying them. But come in. Let me first commend you to those who will say yes to your wishes. 1,000 welcomes! More a friend now than you were ever an enemy, though, Martius, that was very much. Your hand. Most welcome. Coriolanus and Aufidius exit. 2 of the servingmen come forward. Here is a strange change. By my hand, I meant to hit him with a cudgel, and yet something in my mind told me his clothes gave a false report of him. What an arm he has! He turned me around with his finger, and thumb as easily as someone would spin a top. No, I knew by his face that there was something in him. He had, sir, a kind of face, I thought. I cannot tell how to describe it. He did. He looked as if, well, may I be hanged, but I thought there was more in him than I could understand. So did I swear. He is simply the rarest man in the world. I think he is. But you know one greater soldier than he is. Who, my master? No, never mind that. Worth 6 of him. No, not that either. But I take him to be the greater soldier. Well, look, one cannot quite say that. For defending a town, our general is excellent. Yes, and for attacking one too. The 3rd servingman enters. Oh, slaves, I can tell you news, you rascals. What? Let us share it. I would not be a Roman of all nations. I would just as soon be a condemned man. Why? Why, the man who used to beat our general is here, Caius Martius. Why do you say beat our general? I do not say beat our general, but he was always good enough for him. Come, we are fellows and friends. He was always too much for him, I have heard him say so himself. He was too much for him outright, to tell the truth, before Corioles. He scored and hacked him like meat for broiling. If he had been inclined to cannibalism, he might have boiled and eaten him too. But more of your news. Why, they are making so much of him inside that you would think he were the son and heir of Mars. He is seated at the upper end of the table. No senator asks him a question without standing bareheaded before him. Our general himself treats him like a mistress, blesses himself with his hand, and rolls up the whites of his eyes while listening to him speak. But the heart of the news is this. Our general has been cut in the middle, and is only half of what he was yesterday, because the other man has half his authority, by the request and grant of the whole table. He says he will go and drag the porter of Rome's gates by the ears. He will mow down everything before him and leave his path stripped clean. And he is as likely to do it as any man I can imagine. Do it? He will do it. For look, sir, he has as many friends as enemies, and those friends, sir, did not dare, look you, to show themselves, as we say, his friends while he was in disgrace. Disgrace? What is that? But when they see, sir, his crest raised again and the man in his full strength, they will come out of their holes like rabbits after rain, and revel with him. But when does this begin? Tomorrow, today, immediately. You will hear the drums struck up this afternoon. It is as if it were part of their feast, to be carried out before they wipe their lips. Why then we will have a busy world again. This piece is good for nothing but rusting iron, increasing tailors, and breeding ballad makers. Give me war, I say. It surpasses peace as far as day surpasses night. It is lively, active, audible, and full of breath. Peace is a kind of stroke, a lethargy, thick, deaf, sleepy, senseless. It gets more bastard children than war destroys men. That is so. And though war may in some sense be called a ravisher, it cannot be denied that peace is a great maker of cuckolds. Yes, and it makes men hate one another. With reason, because then they need one another less. Give me the wars for my money. I hope to see Romans as cheap as Volscians. They are rising. They are rising. In. They all exit.
And there we pause again. Coriolanus is no longer Rome's hero but Rome's enemy. Cast out by the city he saved, he has knelt to Aufidius and joined the Volscian cause, and the 2 old rivals now march together against the gates of Rome itself. The proud soldier has become an instrument of vengeance, and his own mother and wife are inside the city he means to burn. Next time, in Part 4, Rome's Terror, a mother's last desperate plea, and the death of Coriolanus. Mind the footnotes, and beware the folly.